Ladies and gentlemen of Crossbody Pro Wrestling, my name is Brent Money Banks, and tonight I make my debut against a superstar here, a fan favorite by the name of Alessandro Del Bruno. And Del Bruno, don't get me wrong, you're a high flyer, you like to kick hard, I know what you bring to the table. But tonight, Crossbody Pro Wrestling fans, you're about to see a whole lot of money. A man who can fly high, he can do it on the ground, he can throw with the best of them. So get ready, because tonight, this place is about to get a whole lot more money.
Ladies and gentlemen, your next match is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, from Toronto, Ontario, weighing 195 pounds, Brent Money Banks. Do it like this.
Well, hello and welcome to this week's episode of Crossbody Pro Wrestling. I am Mark Evans alongside Les Morgan. Thank you so much for joining us.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are in for a treat. For our crossbody audience, if you are not familiar with Brent Money Banks, prepare to have your mind blown.
Quick is pretty much an understatement in describing this young man.
And his opponent, from Milan, Italy, weighing 169 pounds, Alessandro Del Bruno!
Now this is going to be a big task for Brent Banks, because Alessandro Del Bruno, as we all know, is pretty much the backbone of this company. He was the first ever Crossbody Pro Wrestling champion, Mark.
Yeah, that he was, and it was a big victory over Jake O'Reilly. And in order to earn that opportunity, he as well had to beat Psycho Mike. And that was the first main event of this company. So again, Alessandro Del Bruno, a very well documented, successful career here at Crossbody Pro Wrestling.
Crowd loves him.
And with good reason. He is phenomenal in and out of the ring. Just everywhere he is, he's able to compete. And as he said, the crowd loves him. Definitely do, as you can hear the applause and appreciation from this Crossbody Pro Wrestling crowd. Quite easily, we'll get behind him.
What are the referees checking for in the forearm? I've never understood that.
Well, who knows? We'll have to ask them. Maybe we'll have a sit-down interview. So as we get set here, Matt Grant trying to check with Banks. See if he's ready to start. He is, and he'll give the sign to ring the bell, and the match has officially started. So first time these two have locked up at Crossbody Pro Wrestling. Let's see what these two have in store here. Del Bruno pushed into the corner. Will we have a clean break? Wow, we will. Something
Why you
rarely
sound so
seen.
surprised?
Well, something rarely seen here. in the wrestling world, so bit of respect for his opponent, Alessandro Del Bruno.
Brent Banks is a fantastic human being. He sucks at replying at messages, but he's a fantastic human being.
Sure he is. Quick lockup again. Controlling the arm is Banks. A lot of pressure on that shoulder. Uh-oh.
That was an innovative reversal.
Quick sweep of the legs, 1 count. Uh-oh. Quickly.
I couldn't call that at that speed if you tried.
As quick as Del Bruno was, did you see how quick Banks got out of those predicaments? Not only was he looking for a stomp to the ground, but then he missed or just completely got out of the way of that leg kick. And Del Bruno rarely misses. So respect for his opponent there. You can see Del Bruno has for Brent Banks, pardon me. Quick roll up, 1, 2.
You don't turn your back to your opponent.
Headlock onto Del Bruno. He was kind of shocked on how quick that happened. Another over. Great. Oh, quickly again, and Del Bruno up and over of Brent Banks, and oh,
Big elbow.
Del Bruno responds, and
Big hurricanrana.
wow. I don't think these guys know how to go slower than 100 kilometers an hour. And a quick catch of the foot. Del Bruno flips out of that one, puts Banks to the mat. What's he thinking here?
He's thinking, I need to slow down.
And a standing moonsault.
Kicking someone in their face is going to slow them right down, Mark. That was a very good move by Alessandro Del Bruno.
Phenomenal move, and you can tell this crowd is in appreciation here of these efforts from both men. Del Bruno trying to pull Banks off the ropes, can't. Ooh, quick shot might influence him now. Nope.
It's a lot easier to hit a target if it's just standing there right in front of you. And there it is.
Quick shot to the gut. That will bring up yesterday's lunch. Quick reversal, another shot, this time to the chest.
He is not respecting Brent Banks' chest in the slightest.
And oh!
Big tilt-a-whirl backbreaker. Could this be it?
Just a 2 count. Del Bruno kicks out, favoring the mid-back.
His ribs got to be hurting after that. That was vicious.
He got him right below that 7, so that is going to be tough to get any sort of momentum there. And oh, a shot to the shoulder. So expanding the target area is Brent Banks. Brent Banks now slowing down the match. Didn't think I would say that at all, Les. Ooh, shot to the chest, so a bit of payback.
Well, it's like I mentioned before. Going fast is real awesome and everything, and it's very impressive, but at the same time, it's a lot harder to hit a moving target. If you get that target to slow down right in front of you, and it just stays there, it is a lot easier to hit it, and that is what these guys are finding out real quick right now.
Oh,
and as I say that, he gets out of the way.
Yeah, exactly. Quick shot again. Another shot by Del Bruno to Banks, and Banks just trying to get anything in here. Slows down Del Bruno. Beautiful snap suplex. As that lower back has taken some hard shots from Brent Banks.
This is not his first rodeo. He is a very smart man. Brent Banks is picking apart that lower back on Alessandro Del Bruno. He knows what he's doing, Mark.
You know, that is, well, I can't argue that whatsoever, as that is very smart. If you really can prevent him from moving quick.
Right back to it.
Away, and exactly. Not letting Del Bruno breathe whatsoever. What's he got here again? Oh, Del Bruno gets out of it. Reversal. And
he's got a big stretch on Brent Banks here.
Puts him in a submission. Banks.
But how much does he have on it? Because his lower back must be sore. Can he put everything he's got into this?
That's going to be a good question here. Is Brent Banks going to be able to get to the ropes? He's
torquing that arm, but he's slowly starting to creep towards that rope to get a break.
Del Bruno realizing that, goes for the pin. 1, 2, kicks out. Bruno just couldn't get a shot in. It's Brent Banks throwing him to the mat. Going for the cover. Del Bruno still kicks out, goes for the cover again. I don't mind that strategy whatsoever.
He is just chipping away at him very slow. And look, he goes right back to the area that he has been targeting this entire match. He's going back to the lower back, and he's also making sure that he makes it very difficult for Alessandro Del Bruno to even breathe right now, taking the wind right out of his sails.
That he is, and can't even know. He's trying to get out of it, does muscle through. Oh, just a hard
Right
shot
to the bread basket.
And what a whip into the corner. Again, targeting the back of Alessandro Del Bruno.
He's just taking the wind right out of him.
Pulls him out. 1, 2. Del Bruno just kicking out of that. Not a whole lot of energy at this point in the game.
Look at him. He is trying to fire up here. He's trying to muster up the courage and the energy to just fight back on this guy who has been working his lower back for the last 5 minutes or so.
Yep. And again, Banks not letting Del Bruno get too far away from him. Very smart. Throws him into the corner. Head first like a lawn dart. Again. Right into another turnbuckle. Oh, and a hard shot to the gut of Del Bruno. Just the lower section of his body taking a relentless beating at the hands of Brent Money Banks. And you see it on the face of Del Bruno there, Les. He is just in a world of hurt right now. Oh, Del Bruno.
He's trying to fire back.
But he just tries and tries and can't. And uh-oh, what's that?
Huge Pele kick.
Pele.
He just pulled that out of nowhere.
That might be the opening he needs to get something going for himself. He hasn't had any momentum in quite some time in this match.
Look at him. He can't even move. He is digging down deep.
He's trying to get to his feet, but crawling. Needs the support of the ropes. That's a lot of damage.
He must have got Banks pretty well because Banks looks pretty dazed himself. Oh! Big kick to the chest. Another kick to the chest. Just so many kicks.
All of the kicks in his arsenal. This is the big one. Uh-oh, gets through.
Huge neck breaker.
What a neck breaker that was. All that impact on the neck of Banks, and still he kicks out. Del Bruno, though, he's got the momentum here. You can see Banks really favoring his head as he was just pulled hard to the mat.
The will of these two competitors is gigantic. It doesn't surprise me at all that these two are still fighting. That looked violent.
What a kick from the educated feet of Del Bruno, and again, he must be envisioning a soccer ball. Trying to go for the MLS championship. Oh, Banks ducks that one, pushes Del Bruno away. Oh, my goodness, just getting all of that.
Huge kick by Del Bruno.
How are these two standing?
This could be it!
Oh, wow! Del Bruno's still in it somehow! The heart of this former crossbody pro wrestling champion is undeniable.
This crowd is stunned. So is Brent Banks. He thought he had him.
I think Del Bruno might still be stunned here. He's trying to get his collective stuff together.
What an exchange that was.
Hard-hitting matchup. Just last week, we saw Kaito Kiyomiya in a hard-hitting match against Stratosphere, and this week we're seeing another one, this time between Alessandro Del Bruno and Brent Money Banks. Putting them up top. Oh, bit of insult to injury there. Quick shot to the chest.
Oh, huge slap across the face. That was disrespectful.
You think? What's Brent thinking here?
Oh, he's going all the way to the top.
High risk, high reward, not going to work out. Uh-oh.
What's he doing here?
He's stuck.
Bam! Wow! He soccer kicked him in his face.
He might as well have punted that 50-yard field goal. He might have switched sports.
How is he still conscious?
I don't think he is. There's no way.
Huge Frankensteiner from the top. He's setting him up for a huge kick in the corner.
And he's in a precarious
Del Bruno is looking for the finish.
Goodness,
1, 2.
How is he still in this? How? Les, how is he in this? Del Bruno just dug deep, and digging deeper was Brent Banks. Unbelievable on how this match is still going. Brent Banks breaks it up, gets the back. Oh, big elbow from Del Bruno, still holding on his Banks.
Oh, he is not letting that DDT happen. No.
He's got him on his shoulders. And
oh my goodness, he just tossed him like a lawn dart.
Oh, he did that time and setting him up here.
Oh my goodness! Alabama slam into the corner.
That back is just taking
Michinoku driver
and kicks out his.
How are these men still going?
Unbelievable matchup that we're seeing here, Mr. Morgan. This crowd is unbelievable here. They haven't left their feet.
I don't even know what Brent Banks is thinking at this point. This is crazy.
I don't know how much more these guys have in the tank, but they are digging deep as they want the big victory here today on Crossbody Pro Wrestling. Banks to the top. Will he get it? No. Del Bruno gets by him. Quick shot. Nope. Del Bruno misses and
setting up for the sliced bread. No. Del Bruno gets out of the way. Oh! Hits him with his own. Hits him with his own cutter.
Del Bruno sees it. He sees the end. Is he going to go for it? He's going to the top. He's signaling. He's going to climb those ropes.
Is he going to spoil Brent Banks' debut here?
He's doing his best to do just that. As he goes up. Matt Grant giving him a count.
What's Del Bruno going to do here? Wait, what is she doing here? Why?
You can see the distraction coming from the outside. Oh, Del Bruno saying it don't matter. But you got to know this was a distraction nonetheless. Did this buy enough time for Brent Banks? Oh! Lands on the knees.
For the double moonsault.
And he gets him.
God.
He gets him.
Here is your winner.
Wow. It was just that one slight distraction that made the difference.
Huge difference indeed. Big victory.
What a fight that was.
And that was an unbelievable match between two unbelievable performers.
Brent Money Banks comes in his debut match and takes out what could rightfully be called the top dog in crossbody pro wrestling. Now that is how you make a debut.
Well, that's pretty much money, and that is Brent Money Banks getting a huge victory against Alessandro Del Bruno. Literally can count his defeats on one
Paying
hand.
his respects.
Yeah. Del Bruno, a heck of a competitor, just coming short here today. That will do it for us here on Crossbody Pro Wrestling. I am Mark Evans alongside
Les Morgan, and we are out of here.